Yobelim, Jubilees, chapter 30. And in the first year of the 6th week he went up to Salem, to the east of Shechem, in peace, in the 4th month. And there they carried off Dinah, the daughter of Yaakov, into the house of Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite, the prince of the land, and he lay with her and defiled her. And she was a little girl, a child of 12 years. And he pleaded with his father and her brothers that she might be given to him as wife. But Yaakov and his sons were wroth because of the men of Shechem, for they had defiled Dinah their sister, and they spoke to them with evil intent, and dealt deceitfully with them, and deceived them. And Shimon and Lewi came unexpectedly to Shechem, and executed judgment on all the men of Shechem, and slew all the men whom they found in it, and left not a single one remaining in it. They slew all in anguish because they had dishonored their sister Dinah. And thus let it not be done again from this time on, that a daughter of Yisrael be defiled. For judgment is ordained in the Shamayim against them, that they should destroy with the sword all the men of the Shechemites, because they had acted shamefully in Yisrael. And Yahweh delivered them into the hands of the sons of Yaakov, that they might wipe them out with the sword and execute judgment upon them, and that it might not be done so again in Yisrael, that a maiden of Yisrael should be defiled. And if there is any man in Yisrael who desires to give his daughter or his sister to any man who is of the seed of the Gentiles, he shall certainly die, and they shall stone him with stones, for he has acted shamefully in Yisrael. And they shall burn the woman with fire, because she has dishonored the name of the house of her father, and she shall be rooted out of Yisrael. And do not let an adulteress or no uncleanness be found in Yisrael unto forever of the generations of the earth. For Yisrael is Kodesh unto Yahudah, and every man who defiles it shall certainly die. They shall stone him with stones. For so it has been ordained and written in the tablets of the Shamayim regarding all the seed of Yisrael. He who defiles it shall certainly die, and he shall be stoned with stones. And to this law there is no limit of days, and no remission, nor any atonement. But the man who has defiled his daughter shall be rooted out of the midst of all Yisrael, because he has given of his seed to Molech, and acted wickedly so as to defile it. And you, Moshe, shall command the children of Yisrael, and charge them not to give their daughters to the Gentiles, and not to take for their sons any of the daughters of the Gentiles, for this is an abomination before Yahudah. For this reason I have written for you in the words of the law all the deeds of the Shechemites, which they did against Dinah, and how the sons of Yaakov spoke, saying, We shall not give our daughter to a man who is uncircumcised, for that is a reproach to us. And it is a reproach to Yisrael, to those who give, and to those who take the daughters of the Gentiles, for this is unclean and an abomination to Yisrael. And Yisrael shall not be free from this uncleanness if it has a wife of the daughters of the Gentiles, or has given any of its daughters to a man who is of any of the Gentiles. For there shall be plague upon plague, and curse upon curse, and every judgment and plague and curse shall come if he does this matter, or hides his eyes from those who commit uncleanness, or those who defile the mikdash of Yahudah, or those who profane his Kodesh name. The whole nation together shall be judged for all the uncleanness and wickedness of this. And there shall be no respect of faces, and no receiving at his hands of firstfruits and offerings and burnt offerings and fat, nor the fragrance of sweet incense, so as to accept it. And so it is for every man or woman in Yisrael who defiles the mikdash. For this reason I have commanded you, saying, Witness this witness to Yisrael. See what became of the Shechemites and their sons, how they were delivered into the hands of 2 sons of Yaakov, and they slew them under agony, and it was unto them for righteousness, and it is written down to them for righteousness. And the seed of Lewi was chosen for the Kehunah, and to be Lewites, that they might serve before Yahuah as we continually, and that Lewi and his sons may be baruch forever. For he was ardent to execute righteousness and judgment and vengeance on all those who rose up against Yisrael. And so they inscribe as a witness in his favor on the tablets of the Shamayim, barakah and righteousness before the Elohim of all. And we remember the righteousness which the man fulfilled during his life at all periods of the year, until 1,000 generations they shall record it, and it shall come to him and to his descendants after him, and he has been recorded on the tablets of the Shamayim as a friend and a righteous man. All this account I have written for you, and have commanded you to say to the children of Yisrael, that they should not commit sin, nor transgress the laws, nor break the covenant which has been ordained for them, that they should complete it and be recorded as friends. But if they transgress and work uncleanness in every way, they shall be recorded on the tablets of the Shamayim as adversaries, and they shall be destroyed out of the book of Chai, and they shall be recorded in the book of those who shall be destroyed, and with those who shall be rooted out of the earth. And on the day when the sons of Yaakov slew Shechem, a writing was recorded in their favor in the Shamayim, that they had executed righteousness and uprightness and vengeance on the sinners, and it was written for a barakah. And they brought Dinah their sister out of the house of Shechem, and they took captive all that was in Shechem, their sheep and their cattle and their donkeys, and all their wealth and all their flocks, and brought them all to Yaakov their father. And he reproached them because they had put the city to the sword, for he feared those who dwelt in the land, the Canaanites and the Perizzites. And the dread of Yahuah was upon all the cities which are around about Shechem, and they did not rise to pursue after the sons of Yaakov, for terror had fallen upon them. Yobelim, Jubilees, chapter 31. And on the new moon of the month Yaakov spoke to all the people of his house, saying, Purify yourselves and change your garments, and let us arise and go up to Bethel, where I vowed a vow to him on the day when I fled from the face of Esau my brother, because he has been with me and brought me into this land in peace, and put you away the strange mighty ones that are among you. And they gave up the strange mighty ones, and that which was in their ears, and which was on their necks, and the idols which Rahel stole from Laban her father, and she gave all to Yaakov. And he burned and broke them to pieces, and destroyed them, and hid them under a terebinth, which is in the land of Shechem. And he went up on the new moon of the 7th month to Bethel, and he built an altar at the place where he had slept, and he put up a standing column there, and he sent word to his father Yitshaq to come to him to his offering, and to his mother Rivkah. And Yitshaq said, Let my son Yaakov come, and let me see him before I die. And Yaakov went to his father Yitshaq and to his mother Rivkah, to the house of his father Abraham, and he took 2 of his sons with him, Lewi and Yahudah, and he came to his father Yitshaq and to his mother Rivkah. And Rivkah came out from the tower to the front of it to kiss Yaakov and embrace him, for her spirit had revived when she heard, See, Yaakov your son has come. And she kissed him. And she saw his 2 sons, and she recognized them, and said to him, Are these your sons, my son? And she embraced them, and kissed them, and baraked them, saying, In you shall the seed of Abraham become great, and you shall prove a berakah on the earth. And Yaakov went in to Yitshaq his father, to the chamber where he lay, and his 2 sons were with him. And he took the hand of his father, and stooping down he kissed him. And Yitshaq clung to the neck of Yaakov his son, and wept upon his neck. And the darkness left the eyes of Yitshaq, and he saw the 2 sons of Yaakov, Lewi and Yahudah, and he said, Are these your sons, my son? For they are like you. And he said to him that they were truly his sons. And you have indeed seen that they are truly my sons. And they came near to him, and he turned and kissed them and embraced them both together. And the spirit of Nevuah came down into his mouth, and he took Lewi by his right hand and Yahudah by his left. And he turned to Lewi first and began to barak him first, and said to him, May the Elohim of all, the very Adon of all the ages, barak you and your children throughout all the ages. And may Yahuah give to you and to your seed greatness and great esteem, and cause you and your seed from among all flesh to approach him to serve in his mikdash as the messengers of the presence and as the kodashim, as they shall the seed of your sons be for esteem and greatness and kodashah, and may he make them great unto all generations. And they shall be princes and judges and chiefs of all the seed of the sons of Yaakov. They shall speak the word of Yahuah in righteousness, and they shall rightly rule all his right rulings in righteousness, and they shall declare my ways to Yaakov and my paths to Yisrael. The barakah of Yahuah shall be given in their mouths to barak all the seed of the beloved. Your mother has called your name Lewi, and rightly has she called your name. You shall be joined to Yahuah, and be the companion of all the sons of Yaakov. Let his table be yours, and you and your sons shall eat of it. And may your table be full unto all generations, and your food not fail unto all generations. And let all who hate you fall down before you, and let all your adversaries be rooted out and perish. And Baruch is he that barak you, and cursed is every nation that curses you. And to Yahudah he said, May Yahuah give you strength and power to tread down all that hate you. A prince you shall be, you and one of your sons, over the sons of Yaakov. May your name and the name of your sons go forth and cover every land and region. Then shall the Gentiles fear before your face, and all the nations shall quake. In you shall be the help of Yaakov, and in you be found the deliverance of Yisrael. And when you sit on the throne of the honor of your righteousness, there shall be great peace for all the seed of the sons of the beloved. And Baruch shall he be that barak you, and all that hate you and afflict you and curse you shall be rooted out and destroyed from the earth and accursed. And turning, he kissed him again and embraced him and rejoiced greatly, for he had seen the sons of Yaakov his son in great truth. And went forth from between his feet and fell down and worshipped him. And he baraked them and rested there with Yitshaq his father that night. And they ate and drank with joy. And he made the two sons of Yaakov sleep, the one on his right hand and the other on his left. And it was counted to him for righteousness. And Yaakov told his father all during the night, how Yahuah had shown him great kindness, and how he had prospered all his ways and protected him from all evil. And Yitshaq baraked the Elohim of his father Abraham, who had not withdrawn his kindness and his righteousness from the sons of his servant Yitshaq. And in the morning Yaakov told his father Yitshaq the vow which he had vowed to Yahuah, and the vision which he had seen, and that he had built an altar, and that all was ready for the offering to be made before Yahuah as he had vowed, and that he had come to place him on a donkey. And Yitshaq said to Yaakov his son, I am not able to go with you, for I am old, and not able to bear the way. Go in peace, my son. For I am 165 years this day. I am no longer able to journey. Appoint your mother and let her go with you. And I know, my son, that you have come on my account. And may this day be Baruch, on which you have seen me alive. And I also have seen you, my son. May you prosper and complete the vow which you have vowed, and not put off your vow. For you shall be called to account concerning the vow. Now therefore make haste to perform it, and may he be pleased who has made all matters, to whom you have vowed the vow. And he said to Rivkah, Go with Yaakov your son. And Rivkah went with Yaakov her son, and Deborah with her, and they came to Bethel. And Yaakov remembered the prayer with which his father had baraked him and his 2 sons, Lewi and Yahudah, and he rejoiced and baraked the Elohim of his fathers, Abraham and Yitshaq. And he said, "Now I know that I have an everlasting hope, and my sons also, before the Elohim of all." And thus it is ordained concerning the 2, and they record it as an everlasting witness to them on the tablets of the Shamayim, how Yitshaq baraked them. Yobelim, Jubilees, chapter 32. And he stayed that night at Bethel, and Lewi dreamed that they had ordained and made him the Kohen of the Most High El, he and his sons forever. And he awoke from his sleep and baraked Yahweh. And Yaakov rose early in the morning on the 14th of this month, and he gave a tithe of all that came with him, both of men and cattle, both of gold and every vessel and garment. He even gave tithes of all. And in those days Rahel became pregnant with her son Binyamin, and Yaakov counted his sons from him upwards, and Lewi fell to the portion of Yahweh, and his father clothed him in the garments of the Kehunah, and filled his hands. And on the 15th of this month he brought to the altar 14 bulls from among the cattle, and 28 rams, and 49 sheep, and 7 lambs, and 21 young goats as a burnt offering on the altar of offering, well pleasing as a sweet fragrance before Elohim. This was his offering, because of the vow which he had vowed that he would give a tenth with their grain offerings and their drink offerings. And when the fire had consumed it, he burned incense on the fire over the fire, and for a slaughtering of thanksgiving, 2 bulls and 4 rams and 4 sheep, 4 goats, and 2 sheep of a year old, and 2 young goats. And thus he did daily for 7 days. And he and all his sons and his men were eating with joy there during 7 days, and berakah, and thanking Yahudah, who had delivered him out of all his tribulation and had given him his vow. And he tithed all the clean beasts and made a burnt offering, but the unclean beasts he did not give to Lewi his son, and he gave him all the beans of the men. And Lewi served as Kohen at Bethel before Yaakov his father, in preference to his 10 brothers, and he was a Kohen there, and Yaakov gave his vow. Thus he tithed again the tithe to Yahweh, and qadosh it, and it became Kodesh unto him. And for this reason it is ordained on the tablets of the Shamayim as a law for the tithe. Furthermore, to eat the tithe before Yahudah from year to year, in the place where it is chosen that his name should dwell, and to this law there is no limit of days forever. This law is written that it may be fulfilled from year to year, in eating the 2nd tithe before Yahudah in the place where it has been chosen, and none shall remain over from it from this year to the year following. For in its year the seed shall be eaten till the days of the gathering of the seed of the year, and the wine till the days of the wine, and the oil till the days of its season. And all that is left of it and becomes old, let it be regarded as polluted, let it be burned with fire, for it is unclean. And so let them eat it together in the mikdash, and let them not allow it to become old. And all the tithes of the bulls and sheep shall be Kodesh unto Yahudah, and shall belong to his Kohanim, which they shall eat before him from year to year. For so it is ordained and engraved regarding the tithe on the tablets of the Shamayim. And on the following night, on the 22nd day of this month, Yaakov resolved to build that place, and to surround the courtyard with a wall, and to qadosh it, and make it Kodesh forever, for himself and his children after him. And Yahudah appeared to him by night, and baraked him, and said to him, Your name shall not be called Yaakov, but they shall name your name Yisrael. And he said to him further, I am Yahudah, who created the Shamayim and the earth, and I shall increase you and multiply you exceedingly, and sovereigns shall come forth from you, and they shall rightly rule everywhere, wherever the foot of the sons of men has trodden. And I shall give to your seed all the earth which is under the Shamayim, and they shall rightly rule all the nations according to their desires. And after that they shall gain possession of the whole earth and inherit it forever. And he finished speaking with him, and he went up from him. And Yaakov looked till he had ascended into the Shamayim. And he saw in a vision of the night, and see, a messenger descended from the Shamayim with 7 tablets in his hands. And he gave them to Yaakov, and he read them, and knew all that was written therein, which would come upon him and his sons throughout all the ages. And he showed him all that was written on the tablets, and said to him, Do not build this place, and do not make it an everlasting mikdash, and do not dwell here, for this is not the place. Go to the house of Abraham your father, and dwell with Yitshaq your father until the day of the death of your father. For in Mitzrayim you shall die in peace, and in this land you shall be buried with honor in the grave of your fathers, with Abraham and Yitshaq. Do not fear, for as you have seen and read, so it shall all be. And you shall write down all as you have seen and read. And Yaakov said, Adonai, how can I remember all that I have read and seen? And he said to him, I shall bring all matters to your remembrance. And he went up from him, and he awoke from his sleep, and he remembered all which he had read and seen, and he wrote down all the words which he had read and seen. And he celebrated there yet another day, and on it he slaughtered according to all that he slaughtered on the former days, and called its name Addition, for this day was added, and the former days he called the feast. And so it was revealed that it should be, and it is written on the tablets of the Shamayim. Therefore it was revealed to him that he should celebrate it, and add it to the 7 days of the feast. And its name was called Addition, because it was recorded among the days of the feast days, according to the number of the days of the year. And in the night, on the 23rd of this month, Deborah, Rivka's nurse, died, and they buried her beneath the city underneath the terebinth of the river. And he called the name of this place the river of Deborah, and the terebinth of the mourning of Deborah. And Rivka went and returned to her house to his father Yitshaq. And Yaakov sent by her hand rams and sheep and goats, that she should prepare a meal for his father, such as he desired. And he went after his mother till he came to the land of Kebratan, and he dwelt there. And Rahel bore a son in the night, and called his name Ben-Oni, for she suffered in giving him birth. But his father called his name Binyamin. On the 11th of the 8th month, in the 1st of the 6th week of this Yovel. And Rahel died there, and she was buried in the land of Ephrath, the same is Bethlehem. And Yaakov built a standing column on the grave of Rahel, on the road above her grave.